Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and this week's episode of Ant's Antics. Okay, so last week was very busy, filled with interviews, project submissions, and news that I've got more interviews this week. So today is my interview and I have been running around getting prepared, doing SWOT analyses. I've also been looking at its competitors. I've been looking at trends, colours, fabrics, shapes, all of that sort of stuff. So I am fully prepared for this interview. Now this is the kind of thing I do when preparing for any interview, and I kind of over prepare in a way, try and get everything in my head so I can just talk freely when I'm actually face to face, or at the moment camera to camera. And I think it's really important to know everything that you want to say and everything that you want to get across, also knowing your CV and different trends and things like that. You just need to have it all in your head. So that's kind of why I over prepare for interviews. I don't want any surprises coming up in the interviews. I just want to come across as myself and knowledgeable and knowing what I'm talking about. Been doing all of that yesterday and a bit this morning and all over the weekend as well. So now I feel fully prepared for my interview. Now the interview is in 30 minutes, so I need to go and set up my camera, and I want to make sure all the links and everything are working, because if you've seen my past vlogs, I have missed an interview because I didn't understand the link, so I don't want that to happen again. Now this job is the Germany job that I'm going for, so fingers crossed. It'd be quite a fun opportunity to go abroad, sign for a different brand and see what's actually happening in a different country. And then after this interview, I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the day. I might edit some little bits and bobs for YouTube, but majority of the time is gonna be spent chilling. Probably. Oh, I do need to ring the recruitment agent straight after the interview so I can give her a bit of an update on what is actually going on. She actually called me yesterday and we had a really good hour-long conversation, going through the kind of questions that they would ask me, going through all the kind of research that I've done, and she said that the kind of research that I've done is leaps and bounds beyond what other candidates have done that she's put forward for other roles, which is really, really exciting and really nice to hear that my preparation is good. Alright, okay, I will see you after my interview for a bit of an update. Okay, so I've just finished my interview and I think it went really, really well. They actually asked me if I'm willing to do a project in the interview, which is great. So that's always a good sign when they say, are you willing to do a project? Because it says to me that they are thinking about you and the role, and they are kind of offering your project. So yeah, it went really well. We kind of had a really nice conversation. I asked a few questions, a few of the key questions that I've gone through in my How to Ace a Fashion Interview video. So it was good because the interview started with just me and the design manager. She wanted to talk through my experience, she wanted to talk through my CV. She asked a couple of questions about particular brands I'd worked for in the past. She's asked if I've ever managed a team before, which I have, so that's really good. We talked about current trends, we talked about what's missing from their range, what I can bring to the team. Hopefully, by the end of this week they get back to me with a project, and hopefully that doesn't cross over with any of my other interviews, because the hardest thing ever is doing two projects at once, and I've done that before. I'm just waiting on a phone call from the recruiter, because if you go through recruiters they always give you a call before, give you a quick call after to see how it's gone. Alright, okay, I'll check in with you tomorrow. Good morning everyone, and it is a few days later. So what has happened between now and me last picking up my camera? Wow, I got a phone call from the recruiter and she said that they were really, really happy with me and they want to issue me a project, and that they were really impressed by the way I came across and all of that sort of stuff. So that is really good. The project itself isn't too large, which is great, but it is quite a substantial project. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through my process of how I get my project done. I haven't got to give it until next week, so this project is gonna span over the next couple of videos. I've got to do a few different things for this project. I've got to do a mood and colour story. I've got to look at fabrics. I've got to look at shapes and material, and also hardware kind of trends. And I also have to design a collection and do a spec sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through each one of them processes, how I get to the concepts, how I get to the end products and all of that sort of stuff, so you can see how I actually get to my end point when it comes to my projects and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, come along on this journey. Yeah, okay, let's just crack on. Okay, so I'm sitting at my desk, and the first stage in any preparation when it comes to doing a project is the research. So what I usually do is I scour the internet. I go everywhere. I go on to Tag the Walk, I go onto Instagram, I go onto Pinterest, I go onto loads of different brands that I really like. I look at the shapes, the textures, all of that sort of stuff, and pull it all together onto one page. And that's before making a decision on what kind of trend direction that I want to go into, because if I kind of made up in my mind what the trend direction was before I actually got the research, A, it's really limiting, and B, it's not actually true, it's just something that's made up. So what I like to do is just find loads of images, figure out what looks best, and figure out the trend as I go. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Oh my god. Okay, so it's been a few hours later. Actually, it's been about 6 hours, and I've been scouring, and I mean scouring the internet to try and get some good research, get some really good shapes, and get some really good inspiration. And I'm going to show you what I've done now, but before that, say hello to Harry. Oh, it's been a while since you've seen Harry. He's grown so much. I mean, look how big he is now. He's like 10 months old nearly, I think. He's a bit camera shy, but say hello, Harry, say hello. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna put him down. Okay, so I'm gonna do a screen record now. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. And basically when I do research, I just pull a load of images in, and then I've already kind of organized them into categories. So one part of the project is I need to sort of pull out key shapes, and the key shapes that I've kind of pulled out is the baguette bag, the crab bag, the soft volume kind of thing that's coming through, elevated bucket bags, crossbody bags, saddle bags, small leather good add-ons, and top handles. So I can quickly go through that with you now. So here's what I've got for the baguette bags. So this is kind of like examples of different baguette bags that are out there. I won't be using all of these for my actual mood and imagery or even my key shapes page, but it's always good to have more than one in case the ones that you've got don't really fit within the trend. So if I just go back, and then also I've got kind of crab bags and kind of soft quilted structures. Okay, and then I also have a few images here for inspiration. Now, I don't know whether this is the actual direction that I want to go in for inspiration, but I'm kind of feeling this whole geometric kind of architectural route, and I'm kind of feeling like that is quite a nice option. And then also I've got this kind of floral trend thing going on, but I'm not sure whether that's quite right either. I do think I need to sort of have a look for more trend images, and I'll probably do that for the rest of the evening. It's like 9 o'clock now, so I've been doing this for a good 9 hours. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do now is carry on researching, probably research more into the inspiration images and kind of getting the theme and the mood more going. So yeah, for the rest of the evening, that's what I'll be doing. I'm going to crack on, and then I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Well, actually, it's afternoon, and already it's been quite a busy day. I've already had a phone call with the recruiter just to go over the project that I've done so far. I kind of just organised all of my images onto pages and stuff like that so she could see the imagery that I've got and the direction that I'm trying to go in. I still haven't sort of nailed down my trends or anything like that, but I've got a good idea about the trends that I want to do, and it's going to be a bit more of a natural trend. The time of year that I'm focusing on is transitional, which is always a really difficult period to design for, but that's the timing that I'm going to be focusing on. So it can't be too summery, it can't be too wintry, it's got to be just right. So we'll see how that goes. I think my aim and goal for today is to get my mood board done with the colours, and then I'm also going to get my materials, my key shapes and key, what's it called? Hardware. Yeah, so I'm going to crack on with all of that today, and hopefully by the end of the day it will be finished. I actually spoke to the recruiter and she would like to see my project there or thereabouts on Monday. So I'm going to be working really hard over the weekend, and yeah, I don't know whether I'll show everything that I do over the weekend because I just want to crack on and get it done, but I'll definitely give you an update on Monday. But yeah, let's crack on and I'll show you what I've done towards the end of the day. Okay, so I've been doing loads and loads of work. I've kind of got to a point where I feel comfortable with finishing today. It's actually like 8 o'clock, so I've not been working as late as I was yesterday, so that's really good. And what I've got done today is I've got my mood board, I've got my colour board, I've got my key hardware and my key shapes done. So I'll just quickly show you that now, and you can also see what a mess my page is, but it's part of the process and you have to kind of go through that mess to get to nice, clean, simple pages. Okay, so this is currently my page. I'll just zoom out so you can see how crazy it is. Like all of the images that I've found and all of that. These are all going to be pages that are going to be filled up. The range is going to go here and here, and then the tech pack is going to go all here. So that's really good. But let me zoom in so you can see the actual project that I've done. So I've kind of done this like undisturbed nature trend where we're sort of talking about going back to basics and going back to natural influences, preserving nature and all of that sort of stuff, because obviously sustainability is a big trend within fashion and I want to make sure that I'm putting that through in this project. I've kind of got my colours and all my Pantones here, and then I've also done a key fabric. So Borg's a really big thing, croc, veg tan, vegan leathers, structured quilting, heron hide, and kind of more exotic embosses like croc and snake and all of that sort of stuff. And the key hardware bits is kind of more minimalistic and it's a bit more pared back. You do have statement things like chain shoulder straps and padlock kind of details on the front of the bag, and also inset buckles for say saddlebags or anything like that. Then you'd have more subtle hardware, sophisticated kind of things with enamel inlay, and then more decorative buckles for things like belts. So that's kind of that. And then the key shapes that I've gone for is the baguette bag, the belt bag, saddle bag, crossbody bag, small leather good add-ons, crab bag, and then top handle bags and soft volume. So that's where I'm currently at with my project. Tomorrow morning what I'm going to do is get up early. I'm going to do some quick hand sketches to try and get my ideas down on paper, and then I'll probably start CADing up and doing my Illustrator drawings. And then probably next week, Monday, Tuesday, I'll probably be working on fine-tuning the whole project, showing it to my recruiter, and then also I'll be doing tech packs and things like that. So that's it for this week's video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to click that beautiful red subscribe button down below. Please leave a comment. I like to chat to you guys and get to know you a bit. I like to build this fashion community up. Please also check out my Etsy shop where you can buy CADs and vectors to help support you in your everyday design life, and it really helps support this channel. Alright, okay, thanks for watching. Alright, bye. Cha cha cha. Bye.